How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 8 of the RGP series. Today we're going to be checking out one of the original Slayer NPCs, the Aberrant Spectres. As always, everybody, thanks for coming back to check out another video. If you haven't yet, you can give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram to see when I post a new video. I also post some subscriber submitted achievements from time to time. If you're not already a part of a clan chat, please feel free to join mine. The doors are always open and I'm always looking to add some new names to the Slayer Squad regulars. If you'd like to hang out in the Discord, check out the description below for a permanent invite link. So Aberrant Spectres were requested a long time ago when I did a video on the Deviant Spectres, which are the more powerful variant of the Aberrants, and those are located in the Catacombs of Kourend. At first, I was a little skeptical of doing a video on the Spectres, but I thought about it and actually decided it wouldn't be a bad idea. The Aberrant Spectres came out way back in 2005 as one of the first batches of Slayer monsters to be added to the game. They've always been a decent place to get herbs and some seed drops, so I decided to take the request and do the normal 25-hour camp. Aberrant Spectres are located in a couple of different locations, but for the purpose of this video, I'll only be covering their Canifis location. The Aberrant Spectres are located in the Mauritania Slayer Tower on the second floor. There's a couple of ways to get to their location quickly. If you've got access to the ferry rings, you'll want to use the ferry code CKS, then head directly north to reach the tower. If you have an agility level of 61 or higher, you can use the spike chain to climb up and immediately be in the Aberrant Spectre area. If not, you'll have to take the run all the way around the stairs, then once again all the way around to access the Spectres. However, the best way to reach the Spectres is with the Slayer Ring or Eternal Slayer Rings. With one of these rings, you'll have the ability to teleport directly inside the entrance of the Slayer Tower with just a couple of clicks. If you have a crafting level of 75 or higher and have unlocked the ability to create your own Slayer Rings, I highly suggest using this method as it is very fast not only for Spectres but many Slayer NPCs located around Gielinor. If you don't have the crafting level to create your own rings, I don't suggest using the Slayer Rings as you will have to waste your Slayer points to buy them from Slayer Masters. The Aberrant Spectres are very weak and very easy to kill, but will require a Slayer level of 60 or higher, so make sure you have that. Having a combat level of only 96 and a hit points level of only 90, they are easily 3-hittable by higher level players. This makes them a very quick Slayer task for some fast combat and Slayer XP. The Spectres only have a defense level of 90 and a magic level of 105, thus making their only method of attack magic based. So if you're killing these with melee, you'll always want to be protecting from magic, and if you're a higher level, killing them with ranged, you'll want to be using your best magic defense armor. Personally, I suggest Carol's or Armadil, but if you'd like to give it a shot with Black Dragonhide, by all means go for it. Now, in order to kill the Aberrant Spectres, you'll either need to be wearing a nose peg or a Slayer helmet. The reason for this is because apparently the Spectres are a very smelly ghost. If you are not wielding one of these, you can take a lot of damage, even through protection prayers, and they will drain your stats very, very quickly, so make sure you don't forget one of these items. The Spectre's drop table isn't too impressive, but for a Slayer monster that only requires a Slayer level of 60 to kill, I don't think it's that bad. Spectres drop all herb seeds from Toadflax to Torstal, with the Snapdragon seeds being a rare drop but still quite common, and Torstal seeds being dropped at a rate of only 1 in 750. As for herbs, they drop every herb with the exception of Toadflax and Snapdragon. Weapons and armor drops can include Lava Battle Staffs, Rune Full Helms, and the Spectre's only unique drop, the Black Mystic Robe Bottom, which is dropped at a rate of 1 in 512. If you'd like to see a complete list of the Aberrant Spectres drops, check out the wiki link in the description below. As for the gear setup, the most common way people kill Spectres is with melee and protect from magic, so I decided to go with that for the 25 hours. As for my setup, I'll be using a Slayer helmet, Fire Cape, Amulet of Torture, Unholy Blessing, Proselyte Plate and Legs, Abyssal Whip, Dragon Defender, Barrow's Gloves, Primordial Boots, and a Berserker Ring Eye. For this setup, I'm pretty close to the best attack and strength bonuses in the game, meaning I'll get the quickest kills possible. In my inventory, you'll see 2 supersets, 12 prayer potions, an herb sack, Slayer ring, and a house teleport. If you don't have an herb sack, I highly suggest you save the Slayer points to grab one. They're not only useful for killing Spectres, but just as great for collecting herbs from whatever you're killing. The herb sack can hold up to 30 grimy herbs of each type. The Slayer ring will teleport me directly to the entrance of the Slayer Tower, and obviously the house teleport will be used for quickly recharging my stats and banking. Alright, so on to the part of the video that most people skip right to, loot time. Over the course of 25 hours, I managed to kill 3,944 Aberrant Spectres, which comes out to an average of about 158 kills per hour. When I first saw this number, I was very surprised. I knew the Spectres were weak and very easy to kill, but I didn't imagine that I'd be able to kill almost 4,000 in a 25-hour period. So as for my drops, my most notable stacks ended up being 37 Snapdragon Seeds, 391 Grimy Renar Weeds, 41 Lava Battle Staffs, 32 Rune Full Helms, and I ended up getting 4 Black Mystic Row Bottoms. Now the Black Mystic Row Bottoms are a 1 in 512 drop, so with the amount of kills I got, I should have gotten about 7 or 8, but because RNG is unpredictable and entirely based on luck, I ended up being a few under the drop rate, which still isn't bad because they're not worth very much anymore anyway. So let's throw all this into the price checker and see what I end up with. 7,460,807 GP. So that's actually pretty close to what I expected. Some people in my clan chat were asking me what I was estimating the loot to be before I started, and I guessed 8 mil, so I was pretty close. As for the supplies, I ended up using 23 super attack and strength potions and 143 prayer potions throughout the 25 hours. This ended up bringing my total supply cost to 1,275,366 GP, giving me a total profit of 6,185,441 GP. We'll just call this 6.18 mil divided by the 25 hours, and I am left with 247k profit per hour. So, my final thoughts. Aberrant Spectres are definitely not something you should camp if you're just looking for cash, but there are still some pluses to this NPC. The Spectres are weak, and because of their low HP level, they may be a good option for some Iron Men to get a decent amount of herbs while still getting a decent amount of combat XP per hour. But even if you're not an Iron Man, Aberrant Spectres are definitely a Slayer task that should never be skipped, as it can be an incredibly fast task to complete. For another little tidbit, if you kill the Spectres in the Slayer Cave located in the Gnome Stronghold, they can also be cannoned, making them an even faster task. But that is going to do it for episode 8, everyone. Thanks to those of you for the request to kill the Aberrant Spectres. Not as much cash as I would have liked to get killing something for 25 hours, but still more cash than I had before. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a thumbs up down below. They really help the video spread around. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can also drop them down below, and I'll try to get to every single one that I can. Before you head out, don't forget to tap that subscribe button. I will see you all next week. Take it easy, guys.